Hey world! Let's talk about God. This time of year is a time when a lot of people do a lot of thinking about religion, about God. In all of the big Abrahamic religions, at the end of the year you've got major holidays. I mean, you've got Hanukkah for the Jews, you've got the Hajj for Muslims, and of course you have Christmas for the Christians. The end of the year, particularly in America, is a time where religious culture and mainstream culture become one and the same. I mean, they're tied together by the strings of capitalist and consumerist gooey goodness. It's something that almost everyone gets caught up in. I mean, even people who aren't religious. And for any one of those people who takes the time to stop and think about the reasons for the craziness of the season, it's hard to avoid thinking about God. Jehovah, Allah, Yahweh, Heavenly Father, the man upstairs, Geo Drizzle for Rizzle. The concept of God is one that's tough for a lot of people to grapple with, myself included. What is God? Does God even exist? These are the questions that I have struggled for a long time to find believable answers to. Recently, however, I came to a realization. I realized that these are the wrong questions to be asking. To just ask yourself point blank what God is to give yourself an impossible task. I mean, you just can't answer that question. It is the question equivalent of repeatedly banging your head against the wall. See, understanding the concept of God, and just more generally understanding our existence, is a very intricate process. Rather than expecting the ultimate answer to the ultimate question to just come to us like that, 42, we should instead work to understand littler things, and over time, as we understand more and more little things, those little things will come together to create a bigger picture. So many people get caught up in the enormous question of what do I believe that they never bother to think of a much smaller and, in my opinion, much more helpful question. What don't I believe? Here are a few examples of things that I don't believe. I don't believe in the idea of a perfect creator. To me, it's pretty obvious that absolute perfection does not exist. I mean, rape, murder, famine, this world is not perfect. Now, it may be pretty damn good. I mean, we're living, thinking beings on a life-sustaining planet, but perfect? I think that perfect is a bit of a stretch. I don't believe in hell. Now, I'm not sure if there is or isn't a God, but if there is, and that God is smart and loving enough to have created everything, then I don't think that that God would have a place of eternal suffering to send a good lot of their creation to just because they don't subscribe to a certain belief system. To me, hell seems like a primitive concept, the sort of thing that is used more than anything else as a scare tactic to frighten people into one belief or another. I don't believe that holy works like the Bible or the Quran or whatever are to be taken literally. These books, these collections of writings, while they are largely full of good advice, were written by human beings hundreds, if not thousands, of years ago. They're subject to error, subject to translation, subject to individual interpretation, and frankly, I mean, nowadays, parts of them, large chunks of them, are completely culturally irrelevant. For example, you would be pretty hard-pressed to find someone who adheres to every single Levitical law in the Bible, and if you do find someone who does that, then congratulations, you have found a crazy person. I don't believe that it is possible to prove or disprove the existence of God. I mean, when you're dealing with a being that can supposedly do anything, including defying the laws of science, then there is obviously no scientific process you can use to disprove God's existence. At the same time, however, God's existence cannot be proven because God never really shows herself in a clear and obvious way. I mean, that's why belief in God requires what Christians refer to as a leap of faith. So there you go. There are a few things that I don't believe about God. Now, it's far from a complete synopsis of my beliefs, but hopefully you at least understand my beliefs a little bit more. Now, it's your turn. Post a comment or a video response, either just reacting to this video or with a brief list of what you don't believe. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I am Dan Brown, and I am out.
If you like what you just saw, if Dan put you in a state of awe, subscribe to him and click the orange button. It really means something. If you do that, that'd be really cool.